I'm excited to see a lot of new folks. It's awesome. We have some freebies at the end that we want to give away, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So, I'm Nick Rusted. I'm the founder of First Contact, and we're an all-in-one AI CRM platform that accelerates the sales process. And how do we accelerate the sales process? Well, we automate as much as we can, and we use AI to handle a lot of the heavy lift with message creation, personalization, that sort of thing. And it's very powerful. And then my business partner Joel Schneider will be on. Hopefully, he's not stuck in a meeting. He is our fractional CMO, our Chief Marketing Officer, and he's kind of my right hand. Whenever I have an idea, like should I do this? Should I not do it? Joel will always give me the correct answer. So I've been with Joel now. He's been working with me since, oh gosh, how long has it been, Joel? I think it's been since December last year.
Since
Since
since what?
since we started working together,
Oh, yeah, it was right around well, the beginning of the year anyway.
beginning in 1979 that year. It probably feels that way for you, my
This is the
friend.
last time I had hair.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There we go. It does. So Joel will be here as well. I also want to just call out one of our other new business partners, Jonathan Silva. Jonathan runs several businesses. One is called Poconos Marketing Solutions. The other one's called Warriors Pizza. And Jonathan, do you want to say anything?
No, so I'm excited to be here today. I'm hoping I can be a voice of practicality of how this system is used on a day-to-day level and how it helped my business to date. So happy to be here.
Awesome. Thanks, Jonathan. Okay, so let's take it away here. So today we're talking about accelerating the sales process. What is AI assisted sales? AI assisted sales is a way that we can make sure that we help the really good salespeople be even better. Really good salespeople bring in most of the revenue for a business. And it's like maybe 20% of the salespeople are really, really good. And I have some statistics on that. But if we can help the really good people be even better, we can grow our businesses, we can increase revenue, we can increase our footprint, we can work with more customers, and it's just pretty awesome. Um, what does AI sales mean to you, Joel or Jonathan? Anybody can jump in here.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing is informing. So AI assistance is informing and moving the sales process along.
Mhm.
So being able to analyze information and feedback and create next steps that are meaningful to the recipient.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. It's really powerful, and a lot of companies are using AI right now. And if you're not at your company, you're already behind. So you want to get up to speed quickly. And we want to manage the operations as, as fast as possible too. We want to operate twice as fast. And so there's a lot of things that, like for example, I have an invite that I send out for a monthly meeting and I have to manually go and add everybody into the invite. Well, we can automate that with First Contact, so we don't have to do that anymore. And it's not about freeing up work so you can fire and lay off people. If you do that, that's very naive. What I recommend is that the people that maybe their jobs are replaced with AI, they work on harder things. So we do more, we grow more, right? If Sally's answering the phone at your business and AI picks up and does AI voice AI, Sally could do a lot more, and she already knows your business. So we don't want to let employees go. We want to refactor them or retrain them into other areas. I keep hearing about that. AI is going to kill all of our jobs. Well, it's another new thing, just like the internet was a new thing. The telephone was a new thing. Mail was a new thing, right? The market's going to adjust, but I want everybody to stay and hold on to their jobs as well. And the big thing here, I want you to drop a number one in the chat. Do you think you're losing leads? Are you losing people that might be interested in your product or your company, but then they, but then they, you don't know if you're actually losing them and where they're going. So I'm going to put a one in the chat because I know sometimes I lose leads and it's gotten a lot better. But everybody else, put a one in the chat if you feel like you've lost leads or you're concerned that you're not selling as fast and as much as possible. Okay. Yep. Now, the next question I want to pose is how long will you wait for a salesperson or a support person? How long will you wait to talk to someone? So you have a choice today. You can call Delta and wait on hold for 3 hours, or you can talk to their AI assistant and get an answer in 5 minutes. And it wasn't too long ago that people were like, "Oh, this AI thing, I don't want to talk to them," or "Oh," but it's changed. We are moving so fast. Our culture is really the SMS text message culture. We want fast answers, right? And so I don't like to wait. I usually have 10 things going on at the same time. And so I want to keep moving through my day. So I would rather deal with AI than wait an hour even to talk to a human. Think about that. Well, yeah, I have a squirrel issue, Joel, for sure. For sure. Shiny light, yeah. So Joel knows me well. So the thing is, we really want to make sure that we're helping customers right away when they have a problem. And here's another example why. I'm a business coach, and I go to a system called bark.com and I reply to leads to try to help them. And they put their request in, I want to start a new business. This is what I want to do. I need help getting started. If I don't call them within 5 minutes of that request, I'm not going to get them. They're already sitting on the couch drinking a beer and totally forgot why they put a request in. So we have to get people right away when they approach us. Otherwise, we lose leads. And the other thing that's really critical within our platform, we have something called autopilot. So the AI can follow up immediately if someone sends a message through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through Twitter, through Instagram, an email, a text, it will follow up immediately. So we don't have to worry about constantly trying to catch up and talk to our customers. And the other thing I want to talk about just briefly here before we get into some really good stuff, the customer journey. What is the customer journey? Well, the customer journey is how they have interacted with your business. And if we don't know the customer journey, which most of us don't, then we can't market to them. We can't help them. We can't advise them. Within the platform, I want to see exactly what our customers have done. And so if you have a CRM that doesn't do this, I'd love for you to consider us. Um, but this is real critical. I want to know every form, every page, every call, every text, everything that someone has done. I need a complete picture of every customer. I think that's really key. Um, any thoughts? Comments, questions? Anybody here already have their customer journey down? I'm sure some folks do.
And
So,
I think it's important to know that the customer journey is not a straight line.
mm,
It's more like a ball of yarn.
hmm.
And so an informed customer journey meets people at whatever point they enter into the conversation or the sales cycle.
Hmm.
And for some businesses, it's a much longer sales cycle than others. But when I've got a client that has a 4-year sales cycle, so you can imagine what their nurturing campaigns look like.
Oh
But
yeah.
you've got to know at what point people will enter and take them from that point and move them forward. And that's something that a AI informed workflow can do for you.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. No, it's good. Thanks, Joel. Now, knowing your customer's journey is one thing, but I want to take it to the next level. I want to do AI lead scoring. So whenever they do something that it goes in a positive direction towards conversion or purchase, I want to award points so that when we market to people that they already know us. They've already opened an email. They've already clicked an email. They've already booked an appointment. And so it's so much better that when you're spending your dollars, you're spending them towards people that already are aware of who you are. And so for every email that's clicked, they get 5 points. And so I can't really show you that in our system because I want to protect all of our customer data, but I have a view that shows engagement score. And I can see all the engagement scores, everybody that loves and trusts us, and those are the folks who reach out to. Now, what if they do something negative? What if they unsubscribe or they complain? Well, what's going to happen is points are going to be removed. And so they're not going to be in the mix anymore. And also, if they've unsubscribed or they've had any issues with us and they've complained, we get them out of the system right away. We turn on Do Not Disturb and we get them out immediately. We don't want to upset anybody. We're not here to piss people off. We're here to work with people and solve our customers' business problems. And we think we have a great platform to do that. So we have some experts. You've already heard from Joel a little bit. Joel is our fractional CMO. He also talks a lot about the art of gentle persuasion. So he's not big on right in your face marketing strategies, right? And that's what's made him real successful in the business. And the other thing that, well, and he has a really cute pup named Luca. But Joel's kind of been my right hand. Whenever I have ideas, I'll run them by Joel, figure out, okay, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Okay. And then a little bit about me. Um, so I've been in IT for 25 years. I love AI. I'm a technophile. I love automation. I love IoT. I love solving problems. Frequently, when I meet with customers, I ask them, tell me about a problem you have. Let's see if we can fix it. I initially started my coaching practice back 3 years ago now, and I did career and business coaching, and then found First Contact, and I was sold immediately. I moved my whole business onto the platform, saved over $600 a month on subscription costs because it's all in one. And I have to give a shout out to our team of extremely talented folks that we've curated and we've been working with for quite a while. Travis is our Chief Operating Officer. He handles a lot of the detail, and you know Joel. Lior has joined us as our CFO. John's our lawyer. Mark is very special. Mark is our kind of my right hand traffic cop, kind of keeps eye on everything that's going on. And then Kyle and Michelle, they do all of the heavy lift with the technical issues, building new things, solving problems, answering questions. And we just brought Michelle on. Michelle is awesome. We've really enjoyed working with her. And Kyle is awesome as well. Kyle's out sick today, so everybody send him some positive healing energy. Okay. And then I have a couple folks that I work with, and this is expanding. There's a couple more people I'm going to be putting on this list, but David is a good friend, former IBMer, and Steve Thompson is a very well-known Bloom Growth coach, which is a very exclusive business coaching service. He flies around the country, and businesses give him lots of money for advice and to figure out how to improve their operations. So I just want to talk a little bit about go-to-market. What is our go-to-market strategy? Do you all know what your go-to-market strategy is? We start businesses, we build a website, and then we sit and wait for people to purchase. But is that the right strategy? The go-to-market strategy has to figure out our right customer, our unique selling proposition, how we're going to approach the market, how we're going to sell, how are we going to continue the marketing efforts, how do we nurture our prospects? And right now, 90% of companies are implementing some type of AI with their go-to-market strategies. And it's transforming everything, absolutely transforming everything. I keep thinking of things I want to do, and then can AI help me? And I go check and oh, yep, it can. So it's extremely powerful. And so some statistics here and some information. People are using AI to streamline workflows, to personalize, which is really hot right now, hyper personalization. So you've seen it. You've gotten emails, hey Bob, how is it working at ABC company? I see that you just changed jobs and now you're this and you've been with the company for 2 months and right. And so all of that is personalization, and that's really important. People want to see people want to see that They want to see that you know them, right? We like friends. We don't like strangers. Um, Al, thank you. 100% no longer generic messaging. Yeah, generic messaging doesn't work. The other thing I found out is that you got to message customers and prospects up to 6 times in order for them to finally come through on average. 6 times. It's a lot. Integrating AI into everything that we do is also really helpful. How can we make things better, faster, smarter? How can we have more personalization? How can we improve that fast response? How can we get back to our customers right away? So critical. And so right now, about 49% of companies, they've already adopted AI in their go-to-market strategy. Another 41% are planning to. They're working it out right now. So it's happening, folks. And I've met some people that are anti-AI. It's going to ruin the world. It's going to kill all our jobs. Well, if you stay in that mindset, you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't have any customers. Where do they all go? Oh my gosh, it takes me so long to do things. I don't know how I'm going to get through the day, right? We have to make sure that we're leveraging these tools in the right way to grow our business. And next, I want to hand it over to Joel to kind of walk us through marketing and some of his recommendations and kind of explaining the pillars.
So we definitely have some thought process and strategy that goes in behind any campaign. And what we're really looking at are how do we make it predictable, profitable, and then scalable. So predictability is a problem. We want to make sure that we know what it takes to move the needle. Where's critical mass live so that we can say, if you have a budget for this, you want to run ads or so on, this is what you're going to need to move critical mass to actually show profitability. And so things that we would want to know. Why would someone, want to do business with you? Right? That's an important question.
Mhm.
And we think it's just because we built it, they will come. But it's you've built it, then you've told them it's available and you've identified a solution and you've inspired action and now they're coming, right? So there's
Mhm.
more to it than that, right? And that the content and the images are accurate, rational, that it's actually addressing the problem that I'm having. People need to see themselves in the situation and benefiting from it, or see others benefiting from it and say that maybe I can have that too.
Mhm.
Another pillar is, of course, the whole sensory experience. How are people going to feel when they do work with you? And this goes to social proof as well. All right. What are they going to see when they get there? What are the expectations in their mind versus what they see on the page or hear in a discovery call? And then the other pillar that we're talking about largely today, the whole technology behind it, right? Where's the market intelligence, what people think this means and what it actually means? Do I like it enough to accept it? Right. So if this, then what? That's the whole workflow concept and using all the cross-channel information to capture the data so that the conversion process is clear. And like I said, we can find people at any point in the customer journey and inform them and give them meaningful messaging that helps them understand and move forward in the process. Okay, and then going forward, another slide.
Why is it not working? Oh my God. And then it went double fast. There we go. Sorry, sorry about that.
Yeah, okay. So by having an AI workflow, you still need human interaction to really get to your results. So the stages of the marketing program starts with awareness, right? Who's it for? Who's it not for? What is it? Engagement, right? Do we have something that's an incentive for people to take the next step? And then, of course, education. I got to understand why it matters. So sometimes having a case study or a report or some social proof, right? That's all important. Nurturing is an interesting thing because we want to make sure that the nurturing process is answering the question that's asked at the click level. And I use click level and quote air quotes,
Mm.
but that question is, okay, what is it that you've said that I now want more information on? And now can that information be customized and personalized for that response?
Mhm.
And so all of these conversion actions then get measured and then put into the workflow. So we start with trials, we start with discovery, create the strategy and the proposal around it. Then you have your purchasing, your upsales, and eventually your retargeting. And I just want to speak briefly about retargeting because it's so important in this entire conversation. The most expensive uh, customer is the cold traffic customer, the
Mhm.
one who's coming into your audience. The least expensive conversion action is someone who's already in your audience and decides to pull the trigger. We're finding almost a 10 to 1 difference when we run ads to cold traffic versus running ads to retargeted traffic.
Mhm.
The cost uh, per engagement in cold traffic versus retargeting is almost 10 to 1. And we also know that in a conversion conversation, 40% of your revenue is going to come out of retargeting. So 60% of your revenue may come from, and depending on the industry, of course, may come from cold traffic or inspirational messaging, but 40%. So if you're not doing a good nurturing or retargeting campaign, you're leaving 40% of potential revenue on the table. So you'll have to really think about what that means to you. If I want to grow 25% next year, maybe all I have to do is raise my prices 10%, right? Or maybe all I have to do is gain an extra 10 or 15 people out of my database,
Mhm.
right? There's ways to gain growth without always needing more cold sale
Mhm.
traffic, right? So we got to kind of look at how that all plays together. So there's your AI workflow, your human interaction, and this is how we inform the process for
Mhm.
growth and for scale.
And for folks that maybe aren't doing Google ads or LinkedIn or Facebook ads, Joel, retargeting, that is when you're showing the same ad to someone who's already clicked on something or has already looked at something. Is that right?
So there's retargeting through ads, right? And then there's also what we call nurture, which is a form of retargeting, which is once they're in your database, they're in your email list, they're getting your weekly updates, your newsletters, things
Mhm.
like that. That's all part of it as well.
Cool. Okay. We have a little demo here. Let me just get it launched up here. So,
So,
yeah, do you want to talk about this before I?
oh yeah, I was just going to say while you're pulling this up, I think the biggest thing that we need to understand in the AI receptionist conversation is that when people call or respond to your messaging, you have 18 seconds to book them. And many times, if we're looking at, just industry statistics across the board, if somebody calls and doesn't get their question
Okay, jump
answered
on.
and
Hey,
they're
we're
able
waiting
to
for
take
multitask. So
the,
now we're talking about AI reception demo. Hey, we gotta jump on AI.
I'm sorry, are
Yeah,
we good?
yeah, I fixed
Oh,
that. I muted.
okay.
Yep.
Um, but when they made that initial contact, we basically have 18 seconds. So if you look at that across the board, what that means to you, then having somebody there to answer that phone 24/7 is so important for business growth.
Hmm.
In our case here with Better by Pool Supply, we have a company that's a good sized company. They got plenty of working crews out in the field, but the point of the spear is the owner. So you can imagine when the phone rings, if he's the one that's in charge of picking it up, he may be in a truck, he may be working with a crew, he might be talking with another customer or doing an installation. And so it was very important that he had an AI workflow in place. And so here's kind of how we helped him solve that problem.
Hey, this is Betty with Better by Pool Supply. How can I help you today? Hey, Betty. Yeah, I need to schedule a pool cleaning.
Got it. Are you a current customer or is this your first time reaching out to us?
I am a new customer.
Welcome. Let's get started. Can I have your first name, please?
Yeah, my first name is Nick.
Thanks, Nick. And your last name?
Last name is Rustad, Rustad.
Got it, Nick Rustad. What's the best phone number to reach you?
You can get me at 952-452-1306.
Hey, thanks. And could you share your email address so we can send you the appointment details?
Yeah, it's ntrmpls@gmail.com.
Thanks, Nick. So that's ntrnpls@gmail.com, correct?
That's correct.
Perfect. Now, could you provide the full service address where the pool is located?
Yeah, it's at 121 South Hope Street, Los Angeles, California, 90012.
Thanks, Nick. I've got your address as 121 South Hope Street, Los Angeles, California, 90012. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Great. What specific pool cleaning service or issue would you like us to address?
Well, when I got up this morning and went and looked at the pool, it's completely green and filled with algae, and it smells really bad.
Got it, Nick. We'll address the algae issue and the odor. Let me check the available appointment slots for you. One moment. Here are the available slots. On Friday, January 30th at 9:30 a.m. or 12:30 p.m. On
I'll
Saturday,
take your first one.
You're all set, Nick. Your appointment is confirmed for Friday, January 30th at 9:30 a.m. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Yeah, do you know any good jokes?
Of course. Here's one for you. Why don't skeletons fight each other? Because they don't have the guts. Anything else I can help with?
No, that's it. Thank you, Betty. You've been really helpful.
You're very welcome, Nick. Thanks for calling Better Buy Pool Supply. Have a great day.
So, yeah, Joel and I worked on this for quite a while. Joel, is there anything else you want to say about it?
Well, I think what's interesting is now having it running for a while. There's two things in the evolution that we discovered. One was that he gets quite a few calls of people looking for work to be a pool cleaner.
Mhm.
And so now he doesn't have to contend with that.
Mhm.
And then the other is we've set up a quote system follow-up that's automated so that when he does put a quote in 5 to 7 days, Betty will call and follow up on the quote,
Mhm.
which was something that he was having trouble with in his workflow. So just adding a little bit here and there has now made him so much more productive.
Mhm. Yeah, he's busy driving around Los Angeles in the traffic. So being on the phone with people probably is not great for him, safety wise too. So yeah, and there's so many different use cases for this. We're working with a client right now. Let's just see if they're on the phone. I don't see them out here yet, but we're working with a client they're a painting company, luxury homes, office buildings, and they do painting. And they want to make sure that their team does all the steps, right? There's a punch down list or a certain step order that they do. Like first go meet with the owner, prep the site, start the trim, clean up at the end of the day. And so we're setting up an AI tool where the workers will call in, run through everything that happens so we can have like a record of the work that was done. And then the AI is going to make sure that they followed all the right steps. And, kind of question like, how did it go? How's the customer? So we can start getting some statistics while jobs are working. Once we have the numbers, we can then improve, right? Once we measure, we can manage. And so super, super helpful. And then Joel has a free idea session. If you have your phone, you can grab this QR code. He'll meet with you and talk about marketing or whatever you need there. So just a little bit on First Contact, like what is this thing? What is this First Contact thing? Well, it's a CRM platform. We compete with HubSpot and Salesforce, but we're better. And we're better because we're more boutique. We're going to give you more attention. We're going to spend time with you on onboarding. We're going to be checking in with you. All of our customers meet with me once a month. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what they like, don't like, so that I can make changes. And I also want to know how we can help. And we do a lot of free work for folks, like setting up workflows. If you have something that you need done and we've already done it, I'm not going to charge you to build it. I'm going to just transfer it into your account and set you up with it. The other thing that we do is we charge less money per month, and then we have usage fees. And so you're not paying a high monthly for stuff that you might not be using. So our monthly is a lot lower than other brands, but then you only pay for what you use, which is, I think, really, really important. We call it a business in a box, and this is what the command center looks like. And this is the centralized area. You need to go here to see everything that's going on with your business. The AI also has the ability to read the dashboard and provide summary. So, oh, your revenue is dropping, but I saw your incoming calls are rising. What's going on? And it has all the features that all the big products have. So unified communication, your DMs, your text, your phone, your email, all in one spot. I don't really go into Outlook anymore. I'm in one tool. I'm not switching between stuff. The funnels, the marketing campaigns, the statistics, the scheduling, like Calendly, it's all in here. And there's unlimited calendars you can have. Calendly, I think you get 2 for free or 1 for free, and then you got to pay for them. Reputation management, it's going to keep track of your reviews and requesting reviews and optimizing your Google business profile. It's all the right information there. And then the AI is integrated throughout the entire platform. So if you want to use it to write a post, write a blog, check an email, set up a new website, or a funnel, all of that is built in. And so here's the 6 different AI components. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll let you kind of peruse the screen. But the one that we just talked about was voice AI. And that is extremely popular. Joel's been selling a lot of those, and we've been setting up a lot. And people don't want to have to answer the phone and answer, mundane questions that, come in, and they'd rather work on harder stuff. The workflow AI is really powerful. It'll create a workflow for you automatically. You just tell it what you want it to do, and it does the whole thing. Here's another reason why we're a little bit different. We are about not just the tech. If I have a customer that says, just turn it on, well, we're losing sight of 2 other really important things, your people and your process. So I want to know about your people. Do they need training? How tech savvy are they? Are they able to, do they have marketing skills? What kind of processes do you have in place? Do you have a process for a CRM? How do you get content approved? And then we talk about the technology and how that can help. I want to make sure it's the right fit for you. And if it's not, I'm going to tell you, sorry, we're not it. So people, process, and technology, it all has to come together always, because I want this to be a long-term solution for customers. Next, I'm going to show a little bit of a little demo, kind of a cold outreach process. So who loves cold outreach? Woohoo! Cold phone calls, anybody? Woohoo! Anybody? No? Okay. So I hate cold outreach. So that was like one of the first things that we built, was figuring out how we can do cold outreach in the platform. And so here's the 3 steps that we took. We created custom fields, and because I needed to record what the AI was creating. And then we needed to make sure we enriched our contacts so that they had data, company name, title name, that sort of thing. And then we set up some tags. So I knew who was going through the cold outreach automation and who wasn't. And this is what it looks like. So at the top here, we have triggers. So a contact's created, or they get a tag, or they submitted a form. And the first condition here is going to check to see if they're already a customer. If they are, get them out. I don't want to market to our customers. They're already, they already love us. So we don't want to do that. And then we put people through a drip, and we create an opportunity. And then the AI builds the subject and body and sends the message. And then we keep track of what happens when they reply. So if they reply and say, yeah, this is a great product, I want to see a demo, send me a link, the AI will realize that the intent was positive. If somebody replies and says, get me off your list, I hate this, it's going to know it was negative. It's not going to respond. It's going to notify me. And also, it's going to turn on Do Not Disturb automatically. And then we purge those contacts out of the system. If it can't tell the intent, like somebody wrote back and said, okay, it's kind of, don't know for sure, it'll rewrite a message to them, maybe asking for some more information. And then they go into a longer term nurture campaign where we're offering kind of free tips and ideas on how to organize your data and how to market. And this is an email. I don't know if Danny's on. Danny's probably swamped right now, I think, because we just got him going. But this is a cold outreach email that we set up for Danny. And Danny is a franchise consultant. He helps people get franchises set up. He's up in Canada in Montreal. He's a wonderful client that we've been working with, and he wanted something that could start sending messages out. And so this is one of kind of the first messages that goes out, trying to get people to sign up for a strategy session. Okay, so let's everybody, if you want, turn off your mute button. And I'm just curious, does anyone have a big business problem that they're dealing with today, and they'd like to see if I can try to solve it, or if my team can solve it? Any big business problems?
Right now, I would say pushback against AI, just in my area.
Mm, pushback. Pushback from internal people, customers, vendors,
Customers,
customers.
just I would say business owners in general. I mean, they say that they don't want to use AI, but I see all of their posts being AI posts. Um, so obviously they're using it, but then they're like, oh no, I don't want to, be associated with AI kind of thing.
Yeah. What is your business, or what industry are you in?
I'm a marketing agency,
Okay.
so I just help small businesses in my area
Okay.
um, with their marketing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, AI, there's still some like fear of it. What is it? It's fake, everything it creates is just generic. Well, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing. AI is only as good as the person that's programming it. It's like a child. It's a baby. It knows right from wrong for the most part. It could speak a lot of languages right out of the box, but it doesn't know about your business. It doesn't know about your customers, what they like, how they want to interact. I think the biggest thing for AI adoption is getting customers to see the value. And we don't want to throw it in their face, but maybe we want it, to kind of help figure out solutions for our customers. If we can solve issues for our customers with AI, it's huge. Um, I would, I'd ask you to look up Dr. John Kotter. He's the grandfather of change management in the United States. And Kotter came up with a 7-step of change for organizational change. How do we change our customers to adapt? And with his 7 steps, I've used it. I actually rolled out software at a law firm, which was painful and bloody. It was not great. The lawyers didn't like it at first. But I followed Kotter's method, and that was it. We were able to roll it out. With AI, if customers are really against it, then like voice AI and chat probably aren't as helpful. But what if AI could help analyze their customer base and provide them with more information so when you create marketing campaigns for them, they're tuned? What do you think of that idea?
I mean, I think they would find it valuable. It's just being able to present it to them so that they understand how it would be valuable to them.
Yeah, exactly. How do you put it in their language? Yeah. No, that's great. Thank you. Any other problems that people are faced with in their day-to-day work, selling, marketing?
So just to expand on that last one, not necessarily a new problem here, but I did experience from both of my businesses. I run a pizza shop and I also run a marketing agency out here in the Pocono Mountains. So one thing I did for those people who don't like the use of AI, because I see similar exactly what you're describing. I hate AI, they say, but then again, you see them on Facebook posting. It's obviously not an image that they created. It's AI. But with the AI within First Contact, we have the availability to train it, to teach it, and if somebody doesn't want to speak to it, acknowledge, got it. You don't want to talk to me. I'm going to forward you to a human.
Hmm.
And it's happened a couple times, and people really appreciate that. So I just wanted to go ahead and share that as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. In First Contact, there's a brand board and a brand voice. And once you fill all that information out, the AI is going to learn more about your business and how to communicate and how to talk to customers, which can be very helpful. That's a good point, Jonathan. Any other business problems out there?
I see Ron mentioned one. Looks like Ron
Oh,
has a lot of contacts. He has about 10,000 contacts, and he has to, I guess, sort through them to see which one of those are buyers.
yeah. So, Ron, we need to set up lead scoring so that we know who the people are that love and trust you, and we can boil those up to the top in terms of marketing.
It's hard.
10,000 contacts, that's awesome.
Well, I think you know that you're familiar with that because
Yeah.
but that's the major in order to come up with the marketing strategy. You want to turn people I meet into the understanding their opportunity for buying.
Hmm. Yeah, and there's actually a free tool that we help our customers with. And so I'll introduce you to that. It's a email campaign generator. And it formats emails in a way that is more consumable based on a sales framework,
But,
where
but
it talks about
Jessica,
the benefit.
but Jessica right now is answering people's questions correctly, quickly. So
Good.
that's kind of a positive.
Good. That's awesome. Yeah, Jessica is Ron's voice AI agent. So, what kind of questions have been coming in?
They've been asking for quotes. They've been asking specifics about the products.
Okay, good.
And I mean, they don't go much further than that. They get the answer and then they kind of break off.
Yeah,
But they do get their information and question answered quickly.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Ron's been with us for what now, 3 months, 4 months?
I don't know. It seems like a lifetime,
Yeah, because it's good, right?
right?
Yeah. Ron runs a business called AccuStrip, and it's a very niche business. It's test strips for automotive fluids, and he has customers all around the world. So he has a great business. He doesn't have a lot of competition, so he's been wonderful having on the platform. In fact, we had a lot of fun the other day. We were training the AI, and so we kept
Yeah,
calling it. And is
yeah.
she doing okay, Jessica?
Yeah, Jessica's doing better. We've got her pronouncing words correctly.
Okay, good, good.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
how she does in other languages, but she's in English, it's okay.
okay. Okay, that's good. Yeah, natively the AI in our platform speaks, I think, about 20 different languages, which is pretty amazing. And I'll just show you this here.
And sarcasm is not one of them.
Yeah, we'll have to train a little bit of that. But on our website, we have Jack, and Jack is trained on the whole platform, knows everything inside and out. Um, I'm gonna talk to it in Norwegian. Hi, god dag, hvordan har du det? Hello, good day. How are you doing today? And then Jack is gonna write me back in Norwegian. There it is. Hi, Nicholas. Takk for du spår. Yep. And it works with a ton of different languages. Como está? Oh God. Oh God. Did I get that right? Okay. My Spanish isn't that great. But we'll switch over to Spanish now and see and talk to us in Spanish. There we are. So those of you folks that know Spanish, and we have Andrea on who's from Brazil. We need to teach it some Portuguese, Andrea. So, but really powerful and really super helpful right away. Okay. Is anyone on the phone leveraging AI like Ron? A lot of our other, customers are, but is anyone using AI today in some capacity?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you using it? if you'd be willing to share.
Yeah, to improve communication, to make sure that emails are conveying the message that I want to send out
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
concise in a concise manner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, actually, everything, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's taking
I,
over the world, isn't it?
yes, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I'm planning my daughter's graduation party, so I use the AI for. I have the number of guests and the menu that I'm planning, so I just wanted to calculate what the ingredients would be. So it gave me a list, a shopping list,
Mm-hmm.
proposed recipe, and all that stuff. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's powerful.
yeah, it was
That is
awesome.
powerful.
It was
I
awesome.
recently, we manage, we do a lot of reporting on our finances and how things are going. And I loaded all that data into AI and I said, give me a projection in 6 months and 12 months. And it did. It actually created graphs and I could look at it. And I double checked it to make sure it was accurate based on you throwing it in Excel and doing a linear forecast model. And it was right on.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's unbelievable.
it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm starting just on the side a balloon business and created a pricey menu for me.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's good at all that. Now, some of the AI models, they can't scan the internet live real time. Gemini has a lot of data, but if you ask it to go to a website and analyze it or provide like competitive intelligence, it might struggle with that.
Yeah.
And each one is a little bit better in certain areas. I've heard Claude is really good at writing.
Hmm.
Gemini is really good all around. ChatGPT is really great at solving complex problems. So if you're just using one, try using several to see if you can
Yeah.
get the best answer. Yeah.
Yeah. I go back and forth.
Yeah. Now, mentioned this earlier. How does AI change the business? And like I said, people are worried about layoffs and restructuring and upskilling and all this stuff that's happening. And someone actually made a really good point here. I'm just going to pull it up. I think it was Kim. Kim, you had said that, if you're not using it or you're not trained on how to use it, that could be a problem. And so I love to encourage everybody to get out and get training on AI. We have a free AI class. I'm going to be sending that out at the end of the call. It's called AI for Everyone. It takes like 20 minutes, and it's going to go through and teach you all the basics of how AI works, and how to properly talk to AI. If you just go into AI and say, create a picture of a cat, well, I don't know what you're going to get. So you have to tell it what you want it to be. You are an expert at illustration. You are an expert at cats and what they look like. Now, create a cat, make it brown with a white tail, and it'll come up with a much better solution for you. So, and the class goes through and explains that. And can AI help you avoid costs? Yes, it can. I constantly have it look at like monthly subscriptions that we have, and do we really truly need some of these, and which ones should we cancel? And is there a better alternative out there that's a less expensive subscription? Um, and I mean, we're using the tool, but we also use some other platforms too to bring in leads and that sort of thing. So we're coming to the end here. I want to just give up some freebies. If you'd like a 1 hour coaching session with me, talk about business, it's free. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not going to try to sell you a coaching package. But if you have a business problem, you want to chat through it, I'd love to talk to you. So please scan that QR code, set up some time with me. I'd love it. And then we have a QR code for 30 days free of the platform. Normally it's only 14 days free, but 30 days free. You get in, you can use it, play with it. We can meet and figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And then our marketing wizard, Joel, has that 30-minute discussion. And so you can book time with him as well. Any other thoughts, comments, questions? And for folks that want to hang out for a second, I'm going to show you another really cool thing that we're doing.
So when you were saying about business problems, one of the things I was going to mention is leads. How do I get leads? But
Leads.
I think you're about to answer it.
Yes. How do you find the right leads? There in our platform, there is a prospecting AI tool that's built in under marketing. And what you do is you create an agent. And let's say we're looking for plumbers. We want to work with plumbers in the Twin Cities. I'm in Minneapolis, so up here in the cold tundra. And then I want to search 26 miles. And so it's going to go through and find all the plumbers in the area. It's going to give you, and this is great for marketing firms. So it's going to tell you kind of their overall ratings. It's going to tell you whether they have a website or not, how good is the website. Um, but here's Pipe Daddy Plumbing. I'm going to go ahead and add Pipe Daddy. And Pipe Daddy's in the United States and Minnesota. Let's just see here. Actually, that's not really what I wanted to do. I should have done this. There we go. Okay, and we are going to bring in Pipe Daddy. So now Pipe Daddy is, we're generating a report on Pipe Daddy. And we are going to be able to tell kind of what's really going on. And we can use this as a lead magnet. So we can send it to Pipe Daddy and say, hey, here's some areas that we could help to improve your situation, your digital presence, your digital marketing presence, so that you get more customers. Really are super powerful. And what the tool does is it automatically adds them right into our contact list. They flow right into an automation. It sends the report to another service where it analyzes it. It writes a custom email based on the report back. That was actually the help of Mark, Mark, my executive assistant. He said, can it analyze the report? And now it's doing it and sending out 3 things that they could do to improve their situation. So extremely powerful. And when you come in here, you'll see all of the prospects that have been coming in. Like I've been, looking for consultants and dentists and kind of a lot of small business owners in my general area. And then when I send them messages, I say, hey, I'm your neighbor. Hey, how's it going? I drive by your place all the time. So I'm a friend. I'm not a stranger. And we can go and let me just pull open this report so you can see what it looks like. Okay. So it's going to go through and it's going to pull in all their information. They have no SEO. Oh my, that's not good. So we need SEO for this one. They're not using chat. They don't reply to reviews, which is important. Google likes to see reviews replied to. They're not using Facebook Pixel, so they're probably losing out on opportunity there for tracking. And they're not using Google Ads, and maybe it doesn't make sense for their business, so that's okay. And then their listings, like, are they actually out there? Their business name is out there only 55% in listing services. And there's a tool here that'll actually do all the listings for them. And then kind of where are they all at and what lists are they in? So extremely powerful. Does someone have a type of customer that they're looking for? And I will do a search.
Nick, this is extremely powerful. It's incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
It's
unbelievable.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
changed our business, completely
Yeah.
changed our business. Um, so Jonathan, you're looking for small businesses in the Poconos, right?
Yep. So my ideal target client are those who essentially earn off Pocono tourism. So I think, boat rental businesses, ATV rentals, and so on.
Okay. What's your zip code up there?
18301.
So I'm just going to type in the word tour. I don't know what's going to happen here. This wasn't pre-rehearsed. So we'll find out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so all these leads, we can bring them all into the system and start marketing to them immediately. And you'll find out all their information. Now, this one doesn't even have a star rating. Okay, so we should probably call them and be like, hey, social proof. It's not happening. We need to fix that. Or this one here, this is a hotel, right? So it's anything tourist related. Their reviews are pretty bad. Let's see if we can help you fix that. So lots of really cool stuff, and it all comes right in. And actually, you can just click, you can bring in 15 at a time, but you click that button and you say add, and then we can put in a category and they go right in, and then things kick off. And I'll show you the automations. And if anybody comes on board, you can also have these automations too. We'll make sure we give them to you. But here's our lead gen, and here's the workflow, which we're working on right now. So it's in draft. But as soon as a prospect comes in and they have a conversion score that's greater than 40%, it comes up with a conversion score, like how willing are they to buy online, kind of what tech are they using, things like that. It scans social media, it scans Google, and then we generate that audit report automatically. We wait 20 minutes, we create a contact record that also has a link to the report and the score. And then once the report is generated, we do a quick check. Is that web report link not empty? Well, then if it isn't, we're going to create an opportunity in our pipeline. We're going to give it a value and add a tag, and then we're going to send an email. And this email has, this email is not AI drafted yet, but it's going to be. It goes through and pulls in and gives them their web link and all that good stuff. And then it waits for them to click or open. And if they don't, then it's going to send another message and try to offer some more value. But it's been extremely powerful. We've been doing a lot of testing lately, and we're making this even better. So let's see here. Any other thoughts, comments, questions? Yeah.
I have to beg off, but thank you so much for the opportunity to talk to everybody today, and Nick for the invitation to join the masterclass. And I appreciate any questions or comments, and feel free to jump on my calendar anytime.
Yep. And that's Joel. Yes.
Thank you.
So for Joel, if you want to scan this QR code, bye, Joel.
Okay.
Yeah, you can meet with Joel. He's been in the business for a long time, out in the Los Angeles area as well, California. So, but thank you, everybody. I'll hang out if anyone has questions or want to chat a little bit more about anything. I love talking to folks.
Nick, are you in LA?
No, I'm in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Joel is in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, I have two marketing firms that I partner with, and one's on the West Coast and one's on the East Coast. I don't know how that happened, but it's wonderful.
Well, on average, they're right in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Maybe
So,
when I'm in LA and visiting my son, maybe I'll contact Joel.
yeah, go visit with Joel. He might be able to come up with a new marketing strategy for you.
Well, I got to come up with one, not necessarily a new one, just one.
Oh yeah. I would set up some time with him,
I
Ron.
already did.
Okay, good.
I said, I used the QR code you just gave me.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, for
You
sure.
and I still will have a meeting we're supposed to have.
Oh, good. And that's scheduled?
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and use my link. I'll put my link out here. Anybody wants to book time with me, please set up some time.
And you're getting a blind copy of an email I just sent out, Nick.